So I'm gonna start off by, in true salesman fashion, asking a question. How many people here, like Ashton, have won a deal because of their personal relationship? Everyone, right? People buy from people. How many people here, to pivot the question in, know what their company values are? How many of them use that or their prospects' values in your sales pitch? Okay, so a few. So I'm going to make the connection now. A year or two ago, I was pitching to one of the biggest financial service companies in Canada and had a few demos, and I was doing a prep call with my project owners before going in to pitch the CEO, the CFO, and a bunch of the other big dogs. And my project owner said to me, look, Ryan, we understand the technology. We love it. We love you. We love the technology. I want you to pitch what's different about Peakon without talking about your products and services. Like, great. What's left to talk about? So I kind of went back and I discussed it with a few of my colleagues, and what I come to the realization is I need to pitch how great my colleagues are without sounding salesy or without sounding like, telling them they're the best people in the world. What the customer was asking is they were asking me to pitch the personality of my company. So I thought the one thing that binds us all together at Peakon is our alignment to our company values, which at the time were elevating people, being a valued partner, and driving change. So I went back into the pitch, and that's how I kicked off. I said, like, the one thing that differentiates us, the one thing you won't see from our competitors, is every single one of my colleagues is bought into seeing you as a valued partner, is there to help elevate your people and drive real change. And needless to say, the meeting went really well, and it was a great success, but it got me thinking, this has worked, right? This has worked. How can I start to replicate this? So I started incorporating values into all of my sales pitches. Now, 3 reasons why I believe this works so well. People buy from people. We've always just explained that at the beginning of this, right? Companies buy from similar companies. You see that prevalent in the tech world. So align your company and your company values and your company behaviors to your prospects. It's mirroring. Like you do on a personal level, do it on a company level. 2, your personality and your personal relationships are not scalable. So I'll say it again, your personality and your personal relationships are not scalable. So whilst you may have built the best relationship with your project owner, you get thrown into a room with all the execs and all the directors, and in a few minutes you've got to build rapport. Well, you can do that on a personal level, but it's far stronger, to build that connection between the companies as well. And you can do that using the values. Now, 3rd point is that some of you may be thinking, well, Ryan, you sell into HR, and HR love fluffy stuff like values, and it doesn't apply for me. I challenge you and say that any director, any C-exec, any hiring manager in any tech company, high growth, startup, scale up, FTSE 100, FTSE 250, will know what their values are. They'll be actively hiring against those values. So again, align yourself to that ecosystem, that culture ecosystem. So I'm going to finish off with kind of 3 how-to or 3 tips on how you can put this into practice. Now, if I think about a typical sales cycle, starting at the beginning, your prospecting, your outreach, have a look at the company values and use that in your outreach. Good example, an easy one I can think of is Uber. One of Uber's early values was always hustling. Now I can think of so many sentences of how you can get that into a prospecting email, right? And it shows that prospect that you know them, you know their business, you know who they are, you've done your research. Second, as I explained in pitches, in your demos, or in your first pitch, or your pitch to a wider audience, rather than that About Us page that no one really cares about how many employees you've got and how long you've been around for, use that as an opportunity to pitch your values and how they align to the customer's values. I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to find an alignment. Values normally talk about being transparent, being trustworthy, or something along those lines. You'll be able to make a connection. The last one for me that I use it in is in your exec summaries, in your proposals. By definition, exec summaries are summaries of what you're going to provide the organization that goes to the executive. So again, it's going to people who understand the culture and the values. So in your return on investment and your benefits and everything else that you're bringing to the organization, bring your personal culture, bring your company behaviors to that pitch as well. That's it from me. Thank you very much.